The opioid epidemic, which has now found its way to the senior building 100 yards away from our high school.
Okay, well, this is a great question for me. So I believe a combined effort between the police department and the Morristown Housing Authority is paramount. I know our police department is currently minimal right now, but they have we have coordinated patrols, so they've actually been coming in at a minimum of 3 times a day, 7 days a week. They've begun to interact with the seniors. The seniors have a sense of security now. More importantly is to educate people on the pitfalls of the opioid pills, of the fentanyl. Like I said before, we've had 2 overdose deaths last year, one in September and one in December. We had a Narcan resuscitated resident 3 weeks ago. So my opinion is education is paramount. People have to realize that there is help and there's treatment out there and there's free treatment, and that anybody, regardless, is susceptible to addiction. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Thank you. Tawanna?
So I believe that, as Lorena mentioned, education is important. It's key, and to provide. I would also have concern that this is affecting seniors. So I would believe that there are some other underlying issues going on. So to actually provide them with counseling, with some of them may be depressed. They may need to have a social worker to help them with whatever they're going through. And so I'm glad that the Morristown Police have key fobs to get into these buildings, but I think there's a lot more to be done.
Thank you. Oliver?
Could you please repeat it? Sorry.
How do you plan to curb the opioid epidemic, which has now found its way to the senior building 100 yards away from our high school?
Right, so I would echo some of the comments that were previously made. I think that working with the county in partnership through their stigma-free initiative is one example of how to increase our proactivity towards addressing the opioid epidemic, especially so close to a high school and within a senior citizen building. I would also say that this is a disease and we need to treat it like one, and I think public education is probably the best way to do that. So in addition to working with the county and kind of educating the public, I think it's also important to get the feedback of the residents of the first ward to see exactly what they think is the issue and kind of go about solving it.
Thank you. Stefan?
I actually commend my opponent's response on this. I think she has a lot of great information about this. I don't have much experience with it, but I would support working with the Morris County Prosecutor's Office, the Sheriff's Office, and all the private organizations that support.
Thank you. Robert?
You know, just this morning at my hospital, we had a community breakfast, which actually is the development of the peer-to-peer recovery program, which is being modeled after Sheriff Cannon's program in Essex County. We're hosting it at my hospital at St. Michael's. That being said, I think the biggest problem we have in this county is similar to what I'm seeing throughout the state. It's actually the fragmentation of the access to information. You've got hospitals with initiatives, you've got various community groups with initiatives. It's how do we get those, how do we coordinate those services? How do we get it so people can go to one place and get the information they need? The concept behind peer-to-peer is that the minute you're identified, you're assigned somebody who can actually navigate you through that very complex road that you have to follow towards recovery. And I think navigation is the issue, getting information is important, and maybe even a little down the road, maybe we have to start thinking about how do you start redirecting resources so that we have social workers in our town? Because it's not just opioids, but it's a lot of other issues where we could use some social services.
Thank you.
Direction.
Alison?
Yeah, the only thing I will add to what's been said is, and I do want to commend Lorenzo's response Lorena. Is the county has a lot of services, Morris County, and they have a program called HOPE, and they have, Sheriff Gannon has a lot of services. So I think we have to work with our existing services and programs. And there is a lot of good stuff that's being done. Recently, there was a mental health expo in Lidgerwood Park about a month ago, and it was very well attended by over a couple dozen different groups, and it was really an excellent program. It's only in its third year, so I'd love to see the council take a more active interdisciplinary role in reaching out to all these groups and getting more involved in the future. Thank you.